This is Rockslapping Champions. Player 1, playing Dehaka, we have Alex. Player 2, playing Zeratul, we have KNZ. So let's have a look at the masteries while the players get everything set up. We have relatively decent selections of masteries over here. Devour Healing, Primal Pack Leader Cooldown, and Dehaka Attack Speed, and Unit Attack Speed, Artifact Spawn, and Legion Cost. We are going to open up an auxiliary set of stats, and see right now the Dehaka is going on the hunt. These stats are the damage that each player has done to the trains, so this will be important a little bit later. Dehaka's over here now, and he is basically farming essence. He eats the aberration, gets the damage reflect, and starts to work away on the spine crawler. The damage reflect is causing damage to some of the mutalisks, but the mutalisks don't really do a lot of damage, so they're not really getting that much damage reflected to them. A total of 11 essence has been picked up by Dehaka, and Dehaka starts to run away. The mutalisks go on the chase. And will Dehaka be able... Yep, he eats the mutalisk and starts to clear up this next one. Zeratul, on the other hand, is over here and is continuing to macro up. Dehaka starts to finish up this last remaining spine crawler, even though it does not provide any essence. And we have Zeratul over here that is clearing his expansion with a Stalker. This is one of the two possible expands. Dehaka, chilling over here right now, not really doing anything so far. I believe he is macroing up, and he has put down a total of 5 Primal Wardens. This is the 5 Primal Warden build for Dehaka. He wants to ensure that he has his production. And Dehaka goes over here and is... He is killing the critters for essence. So critters on this map, which is a critters on any map for that matter, is a lesser known fact is that they give you essence, but they only give you 1 essence per kill. So it's not really very viable. If you want to level up Dehaka on this map, you should actually go up to this hill that I think Dehaka might go up. Nope, he's ignoring this hill. If he goes up this hill right here, there's a few enemy units there that you can eat, and then you can move up towards the space and start farming units there. Oh, there he goes. Now he's going there, and yeah, see, there's this infestor, so it's really good value to try and kill this infestor quickly, and you can level up your Dehaka relatively quickly. First stack wave is out now, and Zeratul has picked up his first artifact fragment, and just basically wipes whatever's left of these Zerglings. Dehaka, on the other hand, is over here, and he is macroing up. He has his 5 Primal Wardens down now, so... yeah, he has his 5 Primal Wardens down, and he does not appear to be producing anything else. He's going up to this base over here, killing whatever critters are available on this map, and eats that Overlord as well. And the first train has spawned right now, and Zeratul is already in position with Zeratul, and I believe there's a Stalker on the way as well to help. But Zeratul moves forward, clears up whatever's left of these Zerglings over here. Dehaka, on the other hand, just killing these critters. Zeratul here, clearing what is the remainder of the Zerglings that were spawned from the harass wave, and he has a total of 4 Stalkers right now. That is pulls the Stalker back to run away from this, and Dehaka is he slaps the train once, but is not interested in the train. He does 48 damage with that one slap, and he eats the Brood Queen, creates a Psionic Explosion, and wipes whatever is left over here. And Dehaka gets cast by the Corruption debuff, tries to eat the Brood Lord, but it is too late, and Dehaka goes down. Train over here is getting worked away by Stalkers. This train will go down relatively soon, and Zeratul has pushed away here and is dealing with the Stack Wave. Stack Wave is a Mutal-Link composition, so we're expecting some air units in the attack waves, but his Monolith over here is enough to deal with the rest of these Zerglings. Dehaka is out right now. Glevik's down has been made, and he has a total of 5 Primal Wardens so far. What do we have on the production? He's getting his level 1 attack upgrades, but level 1 attack is is an interesting choice. So we're gonna see what he's gonna be making over here. Dehaka deep tunnels, tries to get ready for the stack wave, jumps in, clears the stack wave, and there are a bunch of spine crawlers, but he seems to be stuck between the bunch of zerglings. It's the overseer to heal instead of a zergling, which is also very, very weird. But there we go. So Zeratul now is in position over here. So the one thing that is important to note is that he's going for his armor upgrades right now. Those upgrades don't affect Dehaka, so I'm not sure why he's getting them, but we'll see what kind of units he decides to make over here. He still hasn't taken this expansion, but now we have the legendary, strategically brilliant Rockslapping, the namesake of this series right here. This is a level 5 Dehaka slapping the rocks. And over here, Zeratul is busy clearing up what's left of this escort wave, and he has a bunch of stalkers here that are dealing with this trade. Dehaka just slapping away at these rocks, while the damage over here is going up for our Zeratul player. Train has gone down over here. Zorai Legion comes down and starts to clear whatever's left over here, and Dehaka still slapping away at these rocks. And now Dehaka has cleared these rocks. Production-wise, we have another 3 Primal Wardens being made, so we have a total of 8 Primal Wardens right now for Dehaka, and Dehaka is working away at these gas rocks over here now. Zeratul chilling over here, and there was a Glavig also over here, but Glavig appears to have done not a lot of damage. He was put back very, very late, and the train was pretty much already dead by the time Glavig comes down. We can see over here that Zeratul has all 3 of his artifact fragments already, so that is good. What do we have now? Next attack wave is out now, and Dehaka's still slapping those rocks over here. Production-wise, Dehaka's expansion has gone down at roughly the 10-minute mark, and Zeratul is in here now and is getting ready to deal with this attack wave over here. No problems over here for Zeratul. Dehaka is over here and decides to go nibble on some other Zerg units over here, and there's a Broodlord that's harassing him, but he decides to eat the Broodlord instead of the Scourge, which is also interesting. It is always better to eat low HP units rather than high HP units with Dehaka, because it incurs a much larger cooldown when you eat a high HP unit. Next train has spawned over here. Zeratul drops his Zorai Legion, and he drops his Avatar of Essence. Avatar of Essence instantly devolves like a lot of the Zerglings, and they all become drones over here. And Zorai Legion just cleaning up whatever's left of the Mutalisks. Stalkers have no problems dealing with what's this train. And we have Dehaka over here, and he starts to deal some damage to the train, but he has dealt a total of 323 damage to the train so far, whereas our Zeratul player has dealt a total of 27,000 damage. And now Zeratul is going to start pushing towards this base over here, and he is going to start clearing. Blink with the Stalkers does a lot of damage. Murvar comes down, and Murvar starts to work away as well on whatever's left with these units. Production-wise, we have upgrades for the Mutalisks, which is an interesting upgrade over here. So this is the Slicing Glaive upgrade, which increases damage against air units that Mutalisks do. That is a good choice whenever you're dealing with air compositions, and since this is an air composition, it's a good choice for Dehaka. But I still do not see any Mutalisks in his army. Yeah, he still has not gotten his Mutalisks out. And in the meanwhile, Zeratul has already essentially one-shot that train with his large batch of Stalkers. Next attack wave has spawned up here in the north and is making its way to the base, but the Stalkers are really, really powerful with their Blink upgrade, especially once they get their second artifact fragment. This causes them to deal 200% damage, their base attack, whenever they blink, and it can be used to one-shot attack waves. We have a good setting up of void arrays over here. So we have one over here, we have another one over here, and I believe there's one. Yeah, okay, so we have 2 void arrays over here, and this gives Zeratul, good enough mobility over here. Dehaka is here and he starts to clear whatever is spawning for the escort wave. But he does not seem to eat the infestor, which is one of the better choices to do over here. Dehaka has still not... He has his expansion down, but at the 14-minute mark, or it's now 14 minutes and 30 seconds, he still has not assigned a single probe, or a drone, sorry, to this. And Dehaka goes down because there are a lot of Broodlords over there. So let's have a look at the units lost. Dehaka has died a total of 3 times so far. But yes, he has not... He has his expansion out, but he hasn't actually assigned any drones to this. Zeratul is over here and he's going to start pushing and clearing the rest of this mission. Dehaka has respawned. He's eaten some drones over here to get Dehaka to spawn a little bit faster, and he's working away on these broodlings. And he's just going to pick up the essence, I believe. I think he's only interested in picking up the essence. So far, a total of 1,466 essence has dropped. You can see Dehaka has about 1,300 essence. Fairly good pickup rate over here. But damage-wise, you can see that Dehaka has dealt a total of 300 damage to the trains, while Zeratul has dealt close to 50,000 damage. Zeratul is moving over here now and is going to start clearing this small enemy camp. It is not necessary to clear these parts of the mission, but you know, if you have a lot of dead time in the mission and you're looking for something to do, it's definitely something you can spend your time doing. Next attack wave has spawned over here. Dehaka jumps over here, gets cast by the corruption debuff, but he now eats the infestor, which allows him to essentially one-shot this entire attack wave. Zeratul blinking away over here and just one-shotting everything in this path. And the Stalkers make very, very quick work of whatever's left. There is a corruption debuff again here on Dehaka, and Dehaka has hit Godzilla mode. He has hit maximum level 15, and yeah, he's just slapping away at this Broodlord and a bunch of Mutalisks. The next train has spawned and is coming up on this middle track over here. This is the lower track, the one where you see the bosses. So this is technically the middle track, but Zeratul's Void Rays give him a lot of mobility. He drops his Royal Legion down, and his Stalkers are starting to work away on the train. Dehaka seems to not really be interested in dealing damage to the trains over here. So Dehaka was basically parked right next to this train, and he dealt no damage to this train in that time. Zeratul has disappeared his Stalkers, and they are moving over here with the Avatar of Essence to clear whatever's left of the enemy camps. Let's have a look at the units that have been produced. We have no units produced for Dehaka, even though he has his Mutalisk upgrades. He has his Aerial Burst Sacks upgrade. So it seems that he wants to make Mutalisks, but he has still not made a single Mutalisk, and he still does not have his Doctrines Den down. And this expansion, at the 18-minute and 30-second mark, he has his 2 gases, and just now he's put down a bunch of drones to start mining over here. Units lost. Dehaka has died a total of 3 times. Zeratul has lost 7 Stalkers, which is essentially nothing considering the circumstances that we have over here, which is essentially Zeratul soloing this mission. Dehaka is just poking away over here the creep tumors right now. And next attack wave spawns, and we get a roar and an eat on the attack wave, and this essentially one-shots most of the attack wave. There are a few Mutalisks left over here, but they'll be easily cleaned up by Mr. Dehaka. And now we have our first mining. So he's mining his gas, but he's floating like 4,000 minerals and 2,000 gas, so I'm not really sure what his plan is. He doesn't seem to be using it for anything production-wise. He is just getting his upgrades. We have cannons coming down now for Zeratul, and I'm assuming these cannons are going to be shaded in for even more DPS. Zeratul only has a 100 supply cap, so he tends to supply cap very quickly on his army. Where now it's better, once you have a supply capped army, it's better to build some cannons over here and use them to get some extra DPS for your army. Not even counting the fact that they are actually really good defensive structures, and you can shade them almost anywhere on the map. First train has gone down. This is the second train, and the second train again is going down very quickly. Dehaka is over here, and he's just picking up the essence like candy during Halloween trick-or-treat. He seems to not be interested in dealing with the train at all, so Production-wise, again, now we have the level 3 attack and armor upgrades, but these things do not affect Dehaka. These upgrades are just purely for your units, and he has 40 Hydralisks out now, which I do not know where they... I cannot see them. Okay, there we go. So now he's actually going to start making his Mutalisks. So we have a bunch of Mutalisks out at the 21-minute mark, which is... essentially near the end of the mission. He has a bunch of Mutalisks that have spawned, and Dehaka's over here now and starts to clean up whatever's left of this attack wave. The Zoraya Legion comes down in anticipation for this attack wave, but one blink over here with Zeratul just essentially one-shots this attack wave. Now Zeratul is going to rally his Zoraya Legion down here. Zoraya Legion is going to be moving over here to clear this last attack wave and the last train as well. The escort wave spawns just a few seconds before the train starts to pop out, so we'll see how they choose to deal with it. Dehaka is just walking around, checking stuff out. We have a bunch of Tesseract Monolith Shades coming up over here, and a lot of cannons have been spawned, and these things will start to work away on this escort wave. One blink from the Stalkers brings the train down to about 65% HP, and then the next blink just finishes off the attack wave. And in total, 135k damage done by Zeratul with 300 damage dealt by Dehaka, and that is GG.